d'équitation, question de stratégie et question de confiance en son poney.
Exactly. Need to do this, obviously, fence 4 to 5, the plank in 7, because once again, with the another line come up from 5 to 6. Again, that's in 6 strides. If you have too many on the fence before, then it's hard to get in the 6 strides here between 5 and 6, which is upright. This oxo once again with the Liverpool and grey and white marble wings.
Et oui, donc un peu moins de contraste ici sur ces demi-palais de marbre en obstacle numéro 6. Un temps de respiration, mais attention, la concentration doit toujours être de mise pour aller justement chercher cet élément numéro 7. Encore inconnu pour les poneys, encore inconnu pour les cavaliers. On repasse en plus côté entrée de piste, de quoi déconcentrer un tout petit peu les montures. Et ce mur que vous pouviez apprécier ici également dans les jardins de Versailles à l'occasion des Olympiades Paris 2024. Ce mur donc est en numéro 7, sortie de courbe à droite.
And after number 6 in before the in-out, once again with the other ponies and team members will be waiting to come round to the right to jump. And number 7, this wall representing the stained glass windows of Notre Dame, and a fence that was featured also at the 2024 Paris Olympics in the gardens of Versailles.
Même si les poneys sont quelque peu surpris par ce format d'obstacle en numéro 7, il va falloir assurer un bon saut ici sur ce numéro 7, puisque ensuite il y a un contrat à négocier, à remplir pour aller sur le triple, le pont Alexandre III, vertical, une foulée auxerre, 2 foulées verticales. Alors il y a 7 foulées pour aller sur le triple, mais attention, si le saut est mauvais ici sur le numéro 7, il va falloir relancer un peu les poneys et les rééquilibrer un tout petit peu avant ce premier vertical.
And once again, as they come up to the second combination in the ring, with this obviously 8 vertical, 1 stride down to the oxer, and then 2 strides down to the vertical, representing another Parisian landmark, the Alexander III Bridge, which once again was featured at the 2024 Paralympics. And need to be careful coming out, obviously, the wall with those 7 strides down before we go into that combination.
Et là aussi, il y a un peu d'émotion pour les poneys et les cavaliers. Après cette ligne assez délicate, il va falloir se reconcentrer direct, même si on a un tout petit peu de temps pour respirer, pour aller sur ce vertical du ballon ici en numéro 9. Nous sommes maintenant avec ce vertical dirigeable à 1,35 m lui aussi.
And then they'll be going round to the left to jump number 9, which is an upright, and of course with the decoration of the Montgolfier on the side, obviously once again representing one of the symbols of France.
Et oui, lui aussi, en effet, était dans les jardins de Versailles, ce vertical. Si vous étiez de notre vendredi pour la finale par équipe, il y a à nouveau, tout comme vendredi, 8 foulées pour aller sur la rivière. La seule chose qui change, c'est qu'il y a 1 mètre de plus pour aborder cet obstacle à sauter dans l'horizontalité et non dans la verticalité. Le numéro 10, donc, rivière non barrée, avec Thomas Desmarais, juge international, qui officiera donc pendant toute la première manche sur cette rivière pour savoir si oui ou non les poneys touchent l'eau ou touchent la latte de plasticine placée au bout de cette largeur.
And from number 9, they'll go down to jump what is the closed water jump number 10. It was the same, obviously, water jump on Friday, but a metre long, 8 strides down between 9 and 10 as we come up to the 2 final fences.
Alors 8 foulées très certainement pour la majeure partie des poneys ici pour aller chercher cette rivière. Certains feront peut-être 9, mais avec un peu moins de confort pour aller chercher cette dernière ligne d'ailleurs, en 6 foulées pour aller sur cet auxerre, aux fenêtres qui nous emmènent vers l'extérieur, les couleurs bleues, blanches et vertes.
And from number 10, the closed water, down to number 11, the oxer with the windows and the wisteria plants. 6 strides down there before we make our way towards the final fence and the in-out gate.
Et si vous vous dites que c'est terminé, non, puisqu'il en restera encore un effort à fournir pour les poneys, encore une concentration à donner pour les cavaliers, puisque là tout est une question de direction, de tenue des épaules, nous a dit ici Xavier Trouillet, le numéro 12 sur vertical, 1,35 m là aussi, ce numéro 12 donc, qui va se situer juste à côté de la porte, de quoi un tout petit peu déconcentrer les poneys qui seront quelque peu aussi émoussés à la fin de ce parcours, et donc bien garder l'énergie qu'il faut pour aller chercher ce dernier effort.
And that final jump on number 12 with the upright and the blue wings just near the in-out gate, a final jump for them on this first round, and of course with the objective to go through to round 2.
Vous l'avez donc compris, un parcours délicat, un parcours sensible, 76 secondes, le temps accordé à Alison, 440 mètres pour la distance.
440 meters, obviously from start to finish, and 76 seconds, the time allowed.
À 7 minutes, nous sommes maintenant du premier en piste. Installez-vous confortablement, chers amis. Fermeture de la reconnaissance. CWD, c'est le cellier haut de gamme dédié à la performance sportive des cavaliers dans le respect de l'intégrité physique des chevaux. Présent aux côtés des meilleurs cavaliers mondiaux, CWD se distingue par la technicité et la qualité de ses équipements. Chacune des selles sont pensées et fabriquées pour optimiser vos performances et vous accompagner dans vos victoires. Un succès qui repose sur ces innovations tournées vers la précision et le confort du cheval. Pour toute information sur CWD et Le Cellier, bien évidemment, l'équipe présente sur le terrain et puis le site internet. Vous retrouvez CWD sur l'ensemble des compétitions internationales et ce, partout dans le monde.
CWD is the high-level saddler dedicated to the sports performance of riders while respecting the physical integrity of horses. Supporting the best riders in the world, CWD stands out through its technical skills, characteristics and the quality of its different equipments. Each of its cells have been designed and made to optimize your performances and to help you ride towards victory, success which is based on innovations focusing on precision and the comfort of the horse. CWD, we care, you ride.
Ici même, l'an dernier, en 2025, c'était le cavalier irlandais qui l'emportait, Kian McMoon avec Esperando SK, qui n'est pas là cette année pour remettre son titre en jeu, mais qui compte sur ses coéquipiers médaillés d'argent vendredi à l'occasion de la finale par équipe.
And the champion from last year, the individual gold medalist, Cian McNunn from Ireland, who is not competing this year. He was the best with Esperando SK, obviously not competing this year, but counting obviously on his team members to do their best here for Ireland in Le Mans.
En 2024, le championnat d'Europe poney était en Belgique, à Opglabeck. Jack Kent signait la victoire en individuel, s'octroyait l'or avec double pleasure.
And 2024 was also a victory for Ireland. That was for Jack Kent with a double pleasure. So Ireland winners in 2025 in Le Mans here, in 2024 in Opglabeck.
2023, ici au Mans, c'était à nouveau l'Irlande avec Paddy Rip et Fernando qui signaient la médaille d'or à l'occasion de cette finale en individuel.
And Mans also hosted these FEI European Championships for ponies in 2023. Ireland once again on the highest step of the podium with Paddy Rip and Fernando.
À Strasbourg en 2022, en Pologne, James Derwin, à nouveau pour l'Irlande, remportait l'or avec Rinkula Babog.
And a victory also for Ireland for the last 4 years in Strasbourg, Poland, with James Derwin and Rinkula Babog.
C'est bien simple donc, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, l'Irlande est sur le toit de l'Europe, sur ce championnat d'Europe de jumping individuel. Et depuis 20 ans, l'Irlande domine cette histoire, puisqu'en 20 ans, l'Irlande s'est octroyé 9 médailles d'or, alors que la Grande-Bretagne s'en est octroyé 7, la France 2 médailles. La dernière victoire française était pour Justine Maert à Malmö en Suède en 2015 et Ninon Castex l'avait elle emportée à Millsweet. Elle était d'ailleurs double médaille d'or et présente d'ailleurs ici même à l'occasion de la cérémonie d'ouverture de ce championnat d'Europe 2026, double médaillée en 2014.
Ireland victorious 9 times in these European Championships, ponies individual medals. In any case, Ireland has won the last 4 editions, whether it be held in France, Belgium or Poland.
Et Jeanne Irel aussi avec Vaduz de Nestin qui était parmi les meilleurs en 2021 à Strasbourg. Bref, l'Irlande domine cette histoire, la Grande-Bretagne l'a dominée par équipe. Il y a 2 jours de cela, c'était vendredi. Il y en a une qui a hâte de prendre sa revanche par rapport à sa 4e place l'année dernière. C'est Sophia Rogers, la cavalière britannique avec Nell 55. Nous sommes donc prêts maintenant. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voici la première manche de la finale en individuel.
Welcome everybody to FEI TV and to the FEI European Championships for Ponies, the show jumping individual finale. This is the first round of 2 this afternoon, 2 rounds that will decide the gold medal in the individual standings, a title that in the last 7 years, on 6 occasions, has been won by an Irish rider. And guess what? There's an Irish rider in the lead starting out today. Ted Fagan still on that 0 score after the win in the Table C. These jockeys have already completed 3 rounds of jumping. With 2 to go, can Ted hold on and take the gold? Sophia Rogers just behind him in the silver medal position. The British rider who was part of the gold medal winning team for the 3rd successive year is less than a fence behind on a score of 3.63. And then in the bronze, as we start today, is Lily Maelstrom with Sparkling Lackmore Joey, a pony that has won bronze here in the past, but this year is on a starting score of 4.63. 23 combinations, though, start in this individual finals first round. The team jumping going the way of Great Britain for the 3rd successive year as they continue that great run. Ireland took the silver and Belgium took the bronze. And it is Belgium and their team rider Philly Matties that we start with here with Cardi Van Orchids, the first up then in this individual final as we look forward to seeing how this begins to work out this afternoon. Jumping a height of 1.35 metre in this final. Feline, who's just 15 years of age, riding this young pony, this 8-year-old. Came back and jumped that clear in the second round in France in the Nations Cup after having 1 rail in the first round. Time allowed is 76 seconds. On the 12 as it stands, jumping over the final fence, well in on the time, but 12 penalties to add to their score that started today. A total of 26.96 goes up to 38.96.
Le numéro 7, ce mur sorti de courbe à droite. Le 8C sorti de triple pour les pénalités de Féline Matisse. Le chronomètre s'est arrêté à l'issue de 69-29.
Well, on we go to France as the next in. Chloé Kalkas riding Galinet de Chalier. Together some lovely rounds this year, including that double clear in Centaur. In fact, it was a triple clear because they were part of the jump-off as well when France finished in second place. This 10-year-old mare that she rides on their championship debut. He's had a couple of wins as well in the Pony National Championships, twice taking 2 big pony wins this year in France. Starting on this championship score of 26.89. Rode as part of the French team that sadly dropped away from the medals during that team final, having started strongly in the Table C. Carrying 4. Jumping the final fence to add indeed 4 to the score. Galinet de Chalier there and Chloé Kalkas for France. So adding 4 on, 30.89 is where they sit. Of course, another full round over a completely different course to come a little bit later on. That's going to start at 4 p.m. this afternoon. The final round, the all-deciding round, they'll get re-stacked into reverse order of merit after this round. Flavio Campanella is the next to go. We look to the Italian Bobby Dawn last year. Top 15 individually. Now this 15-year-old gelding, 3rd Pony European Championship, certainly one of Italy's most experienced with that championship experience behind them. Last year a Ponies for Flavio.
21st place after the first 2 competitions.
A couple of Nations Cup outings this year. Starts this round on a score of 25.21. Jumped clear in the second round of the team competition. Four penalties. And another 4. Turning back here on the 8, coming on this line that brings you down to the water, which is just behind all the greenery and shrubbery there, but they've added another 4, which I presume was at the water. Well, they repeat the score of their second round of jumping to this week. It's a total of 12. 37-1 is the final score, drops them down behind Chloe. That was Flavio Campanella there with Bobby Dawn for Italy. From Italy to the Netherlands for the next to go, it's going to be the turn of Jezebel Visser. Time allowed has been adjusted down to 74.
76 initially.
Just interesting to see it shortened up, although it was quite generous. Now, next to go, Jezebel. Kines van Orchid starts today on a 24.66 score. Four Nations Cup outings this year, including a couple of clear rounds en route.
La particularité ici cette année, c'est que la Cavalière a eu son ticket d'entrée.
It's been such a regular part of the Dutch pony lineup this year. It's been a very reliable partnership, but the 11-year-old gelding now looking to see if they can stick on their score of 24.66. Of course, this now starts us in the top 20, 20th position individually starting out today. Brilliant round of jumping well in on the new time as well. That's what we've been waiting for. The opening clear round showing the class and why they've been such a consistent part of the Dutch lineup this year. Hasn't gone to plan over the team days, but certainly finishing strong. Isabel Vista sticks on the score of 24.66 and will at least know that she stays in the top 20 going in to the final round a little bit later on, and potentially can move up from 20th position. The Swedish team next in the line, and Esmeralda Lund. Of course, Sweden jumping for a medal later with Lily Maelstrom, but Esmeralda, who was on that team this year with airline CKZ. This 11-year-old mare jumped double clear in Hagen, one of the three Swedish combinations underpinning the podium that week in Germany. This 11-year-old on their championship debut. Partnership only came together at the end of last year, so first full season, but it's certainly a partnership that seems to have moved on confidently and strongly throughout 2026. Starting on this score then, 24.32. They jumped 8 and 12 in the two-team rounds, and already 4 up from that. So that'll drop them behind Jezebel, whose clear round is likely to lift her up quite a way, I would have thought, as this round unfolds. Currently on an individual total of 32.32, it's going to drop it down at least 2 places. Trying to keep it to the 12. Does indeed. 36.32 is her new score after the first round here today. Esmeralda Lund and airline CKZ finishing with the 12 penalties. More to come from Sweden, obviously, in due course, as we look now to the Italian partnership of Lucerezia Colombo. Gentleman Duperel starts today on a score of 22.99. Championship debut. In fact, they jumped in Belgium and in Germany this year on Nations Cup teams. Belgium was their international and first Nations Cup, and they got selected again in Hagen, where they delivered a clear in the second round. This 10-year-old gelding then up next on their championship debut in the individual final. Lucerezia Colombo, Gentleman Duperel. Their starting score is 22.99, mainly handicapped by the 16 they got in the first round of the team, but they did just have 1 down in the second round of the team. Nicely done through the combination, still clear. She might just want to be a little bit careful with the time. Now it's been reduced down to 74. She's a little bit steadier than one or two of those we've seen already. She'll be okay. Oh, she's had 4 at the water. Yeah, she should still be fine on the time. But it is 4, and also then dropping behind Jezebel Visas. So Lucerese Colombo into 19th position for now. 1 clear round so far coming from the Dutch combination of Jezebel Visser and Kina van Orchids. Means that she continues to move up as those around her falter. Although to the next there is a gap of more than 1 fence, so we'll see what happens with Sweden. Selma Dillon, Barivala Shadow already delivered a couple of double clears both in the Netherlands and in Belgium for the team this year, and then jumped 4 and clear with that strong second round recovery in Hagen. This 13-year-old gelding jumped last year at the Pony Europeans, finishing 17th individually. But it's been a really impressive year. She jumped clear and 4 on the 2 team days. Every reason to think of a solid round today. And again, could certainly help lift them back towards matching last year's finish. One more fence left to go, coming home to potentially be the second clear of this class. Got a bit deep and unfortunately down it goes. Fence does indeed fall at the end, and 4 becomes the score. It's still the best overall total at the moment, 24.36, but giving away another 4 to those yet to jump for Selma Dillon and Barivala Shadow. And still just 1 combination that's gone clear. Germany are up next. Yaring Newman, youngest rider here, I think, at 12, with the 9-year-old mare, Harry Delanlaw. Certainly Germany's youngest pony European debutant. Certainly going to be, whatever happens, an impressive week, because these two delivered a clear in the first round of the team. They had 1 down in the second round. They're on a total of 19.97, the majority of which obviously coming from the table C. But they've certainly showed just how good they are, so let's see what happens in this final first round. It very tidy at the moment. We've seen this up till now with the last 2. One then had a foot in the water and the next had the last down. Can this young lady from Germany, the youngest in their team, start things off on her final day with a clear round indeed, just in on the clock. It's well judged, it's well ridden, and it's well delivered from Harry Delanlaw and Kane Newman as she goes clear. So puts her on top for the moment with that score that she started on today at 19.97. Guaranteed top 16 in this first round. As we look now to France, and Alice Duret sadly had 12 in that first round of the team final. Came back and delivered a clear in the second round. Starts today on a 19.02. It's a very experienced pony called Ngaro of Kofani, but Alice's first trip to the Europeans with this 18-year-old gelding. Had a couple of Nations Cup outings. They had a couple of clears, including in the jump-off in Centaur. Always helpful to have a pony, though, with that little bit more experience. Part of the combination, unfortunately, down though is expensive at this moment because it'll drop her behind Kiane. Less than a penalty between them. I hope she was alright at the water because she just looked to put a little bit of a nose down moment, but I think she is fine, so just on the fall. Keeps it to the 4. One fence falls. 4 is the score for Alice Duret. There for France, drops her down one position. 23.02 is now her running total. Leading is a total of 19.97 of the completed rounds. So that was Alison Ugaro of Kofani. We now move into the top 15 individuals. Mini Voss, 14th in the order. Mini Voss here with Still Got Me. Mini returning to the Pony Europeans last year. She rode Nashville. Now with this 15-year-old gelding, she's been in tremendous form with impressive performances in Nations Cups and Grand Prix, including winning the Grand Prix in Zuidewald alongside the Nations Cup, where she delivered a double clear to help the Dutch finish in third. 17.64 her total so far. Although yet to deliver a clear since that first day when she obviously, the table C is a calculation of how far off the leading time you were. When she started there in a good place on 3.64, but then it's slipped away with 6 and 8 in the 2 team rounds. We've already seen one Dutch rider in Isabel Visa go clear. Are we about to get another? We are. Mini Voss, Still Got Me and still got all the talent. Best round overall so far. 17.64 is where they remain. And we get our third clear of this first round of the individual final. This is just the first round. There's another round to come at 4 p.m. this afternoon. And that is a completely new course that they obviously walk. So that's still to keep in your mind. On to the Italian partnership next to go. Best individual Italian placing at the start of this this individual final is Maria Privatera, riding Calix de Visite. 17.62 is her starting total. 13th overall. Third Pony Europeans. Was the 2024 Italian Pony Champion. 2025 Italy 8th at the Euros with Calix that year. And this is a pony that the home stable have really been building up over the past few seasons. Her starting score 17.62. She jumped 4 and 4, and she's added another 4. It'll drop her behind Minnie Voss and behind Yanni Newman. Now coming home on the 4. Just then having to drop the 2 places, and then has the last down. Unfortunately, that'll be more than 2 places in terms of dropping down the order. That is 8 penalties, goes into 18th position. So it drops down 5, I would say. There 5 places. So Maria Pivoteriera riding Calix de Visite as we move on to Belgium. Belgium, of course, part of their bronze medal winning team this year, on their championship debut as well. This young pony is called Cappuccino van Pamel Z. Just 7 years of age. These two nicely done in Compiègne, where they were 4th in the Grand Prix with the double clear, but they also jumped on the teams in the Netherlands and in Germany. Got the bronze at the 2026 Belgian Pony Championships behind Robin Vermeer and Elise Thiro. Did deliver a clear round in the second round of the teams, which went a long way to helping Belgium secure that team bronze. Unfortunately, sliding away a little in this individual competition so far. Minnie Voss and her clear, and Jana Newman and her clear move up again. As Inge Boden there, and Cappuccino van Pamel, the young pony, drops back into 17th place. So down 5. 25.54 is the score for those two. 3 clears overall, and we're into the top 11 positions. There's still another from Belgium to come within the top 10, but this is now the first of 4 British riders that together took the gold medal in the team competition the other day. Rafaela Dawson just did that 1 fence down in the second round. She starts today on 12.25 with Woody Allen. First time at these championships, I believe, in this combination. One of a full house of clear rounds in the first round of the teams this year. One more fence left to go, but we've seen a couple of them have this down. But not those two. Well done, Rafaela Dawson delivers a clear round with Woody Allen. Clear all the way. 12.25 is where she stays. So obviously putting a little bit of pressure on those that are to come, because the scores are getting awfully tight from here on in. And she knows she won't be any lower than 11th going into the next round.
Cette finale de championnat d'Europe. Après Rafaela Dawson, après la Grande-Bretagne, voici Charlie Flynn.
Well, where the British have obviously had quite a track record in terms of winning team goals in recent years, Ireland have had quite a track record about winning individual goals in recent years. As I mentioned at the start, 6 out of 7, and they've got the lead going into today, but they also have some other very talented riders in the top 10, including this young jockey, Charlie Flynn. Charlie, who joins us after getting the individual bronze 12 months ago, could only but dream of going a little better this year. Needs circumstances to work with him. He was part of the silver medal winning team last year, and again, of course, part of that silver medal winning team this year for Ireland. He's ridden at the Children's Euros in the past as well. He rides the 9-year-old mare Montana. Beautifully done, and that shows why last year he was here winning a medal, and you never know what could happen ahead of him, but at the moment guaranteed the top 10 place going through to the second round later. Charlie Flynn, the first of 3 for Ireland in the top 10 individuals starting out today, and he remains on that score of 12.05 to stay ahead of Rafaela Dawson and Minnie Vos. 9 to go. Best from Belgium up next. Part of the bronze medal team, of course, is Elise Theron, riding Dance Floor de Corouille. It's ridden now at the last 2 Pony Europeans. Team bronze last year. Also took silver at the 2026 this year's Belgium Championships. It's had 4 Nations Cup outings this year with this 13-year-old gelding. 11.97 is the starting mark. Fence down would at least cost them 2 positions at this stage. Well, they jumped to clear in the second round of the teams to help win that medal, but unfortunately picking up 4 in the first round of the individuals drops them down and further away from the medals. Elise Theron then falls behind Charlie Flynn and Rafaela Dawson. Rafaela now climbing into the top 10 guaranteed, and Elise there 15.97 is her running total, with another round of jumping to come. Into the top 8 and back to Ireland, Sam Widger. Again, as we know, part of that silver medal winning team. Last year as well, he was on the silver medal winning team. Last year, though, he rode Western Ranger. This year, different pony, BP Bon Jovi. Jumped 4 and 4 in the 2 team rounds this week. Currently carries a total of 11.59, starting out in this team final. With this young pony, 8-year-old, I think, this gelding. So yet again, not having a full fence in hand over his teammate Charlie Flynn. So His score of 11.59 is where he started this, Sam. Charlie on 12.05, already finished. Clears the last, clears the line, clear all the way for Sam and BP Bon Jovi. Beautifully done from the young Irish jockey. With his medal around his neck, of course, from the team now, hoping that he might find his way yet further up in the individual. Guaranteed a top 8 in this first round of 2. Clear rounds continuing to grow. We've had, what, now 6 overall for this first round. And we're down now to the final 7 to go in round 1, 3 of which ride for Great Britain, but also in the mix still to come. The Netherlands, France, Sweden, and of course Ireland have another to go with the leader so far, Ted Fagan. But it is the Dutch rider that is up next. This will be Senna Beckers riding Milli Vanilli 13. After competing here last year on her pony Cupcake, she's been already clear on 2 Nations Cup teams this year, both in the Netherlands and in Hagen. Currently sitting as the best of the Dutch riders at the start of today on this score of 8.71. Milli Vanilli 13. This partnership who delivered a clear in both rounds of the team competition was Senna Beckers. Coming into the combination, getting through the middle and hopefully getting out over the last part they do. 4 to go in this round. Well, the Netherlands so far have delivered 2 of the clears we've seen. They've now delivered a 3rd. Senna Beckers and Milli Vanilli keeping the run of 0 scores coming, and that keeps them on 8.71. In a couple of fences then of the medals, but it is as good as they can do to stay in 7th for the moment. Yeah, all 3 Dutch riders, Isabel, Minnie and Sienna, have all gone clear. Meanwhile, big round for the home fans and the home lineup, because France go next. Their best placed individual starting out here today in 6th place is Megan Bessenako-Fally riding Iveres de Jona. Clear in the first round of the teams. They did have 4 in the second round of the teams. Has left them starting today on a score of 8.18. This is the 2026 French AS Pony Elite Champion of Hermes. Sorry, on Hermes, I meant to say. Today, though, it's Iveres. Everyone keeping their fingers crossed as she comes towards the last fence and jumps it well. There you go. Clear all the way. France holding on individually to 6th place there with Megan and Ivres de Jeanmain. Stays on that score of 8.18, leaving us now just 5 more to go in this first round of 2 for the FEI European Championships for ponies for the show jumping individual medals. And within the final 5, we go to the first of what is 3 British riders, starting with Henry Leggett, gold medal team, with the lovely Blossoms Big Claim in his first year here. Had some cracking performances this year, whether it be the Nations Cup in France or that 3 clear effort to help win in Zuidewald. Clear and clear, obviously, through both rounds of the team. And actually, one thing we should note is the final 5 are all yet to have had a fence down. They're all clear so far. They're sitting on their Table C scores. These two, 5.86 is that Table C mark. So Henry Leggett, Blossom's Big Claim. You can see that's where their understanding really helps when you need to shorten up like that. Blossom's Big Claim all the way, and Henry Leggett continuing his great run of being faultless this week. Stays in the top 5, looking to that next round of jumping as the British start. The best of the completed marks, obviously, so far at a total of 5.86. He's just over a fence behind the leader. Well, we stay with Great Britain as we look to their 3rd rider in this individual final. And, of course, another part of the gold medal winning team this week is Lucia Nicole-Caroline, riding here with Holly Blue. Double clear to help the Brits to victory in Hagen in the Nations Cup this year, now debuting in the Europeans with this 14-year-old mare. Starting then with that score, 4.65 after 2 days of clear rounds so far for the partnership in front of us. We've seen the first 2 British riders find their way faultlessly round this course, so we're about to see a 3rd. And of course it is they that will be best placed to pick up the medal positions if something happens to the next 3, as Lucia Caroline goes clear and remains on 4.65 to remain in 4th place for the time being. We now move, though, to the combination that sits start today in the bronze medal position.
And that puts it still with a 4.65.
I'm sure we'll be hoping for a medal, if not more. A pony that has won a medal here, in fact a bronze medal here in the past. That was with Kian Do back in 2023. Sweden's last gold medal in the individual title came back in 2018. Broke up that run of Irish wins. That was Ingemar Hammerström. But this is Lily Mellström. Got into the top 15 12 months ago in these individual standings. Has continued to be an integral part of Sweden's lineup and starts on this total with the clear rounds so far of 4.63 for the current bronze medal position holder. Beautifully done so far from these two. This pony looking in great form as ever. Got a good jump over the water. One more fence to hold on to the bronze medal position going into the final round at 4 p.m. And lands over the last, so indeed it is going to be holding on to the bronze on that score of 4.63 for Lily Mellström and Sparkling Lackmore Joey. Well done to those two, keeping themselves. They're only 0.02 of a penalty ahead of Lucia Caroline. That's how tight it is. Well, we now move on to the current silver medal position in second place overall, less than one fence off the lead as well, and a gold medalist for the third time in team competition this week. Great Britain took the individual silver last year when we saw Darcy Breen actually in a jump-off finishing with the silver medal. Sophia Rogers hoping to hold on to that place today. With Neil 55. What can she do? She just missed out on a medal last year by finishing in 4th place. That, of course, as an individual just outside the medals, but has anchored in now 3 consecutive medals. This pony did win a bronze with her sister a few years back. Looking to put the pressure on the last to go. Sophia being the only rider to start today within that one fence margin of the golds, and she stays in the silver guaranteed. Going forward into the final round, she will be in second. Sophia Rogers and Neil 55 add to the list of clears and deliver another foot-perfect performance in this individual finals first round. 3.63 is where she stays, leaving us one more round of jumping to go here in round one. The combination that won the table seed to start the week on a 0 score and remain there with the 2 clears in the team rounds. It is, of course, Ted Fagan, hoping to follow in the footsteps of Keir McMahon, Jack Kent, Paddy Reap, James Derwin, Max Watchman and Harry Allen, who between them have secured 6 of the last 7 individual gold medals at this Pony European Championships. Ireland, who have been brilliant. I mean, you think back to 2022 where they swept the top 3 spots with James Brennan and Cohen Williams on that podium. Of course, last year Charlie Flynn getting onto the podium as well. Ireland have always gone well. Let's see what happens this year though. Ted Fagan has got to just keep doing what he's been doing so well and deliver another clear here with Ballyfor Rosie. While he stays clear, it stays in his hands. Turning back then towards the final line. One more fence to go to leave him then just one round away from a gold medal. Cracking performance, he remains faultless and still on a 0 score and still in the gold medal position as he has been ever since he jumped that opening round 4 days ago. 4 rounds of jumping in, one more left, and Ted Fagan still sits on 0 and still holds the lead and the gold medal position so far. So brilliant performance from them both. And of course, the individual final will start again at what I believe to be 4 p.m. local time this afternoon. So 2.5 hours? No, what am I at about? 1.5 hours. I'm looking at the wrong part of the time. I'm just going to wait and double check that time. Ted though leading, Sophia in second and Lily in third. So the top 3, top 4, top 5, top 6, in fact, all remain the same. He's moved up. Senebecca's and Millie Vanilli have moved up a little bit. So that's worked for them. In fact, no, they actually stay where they were.
That's right, 10 to 4 will be back to obviously walk this second course, the second course of this individual final, the second round, and the competition will be restarting at 10 past 4.
10 past 4 this afternoon. There you go. So there we have it. A little break. Everyone can have a little breather. 10 past 4 local time, Central European summertime, for the restart. So we're looking in around about an hour and a half. We go again. So don't miss out. We're going to find out who's going to take the gold. Can Ireland and can Ted Fagan make it an 7th individual gold in the last 8 years? Every reason to think he can with the way he's jumping. Or will Sophia Rogers be the first British individual gold medal at a Pony European since Jack Whittaker in 2016? Who knows? We'll find out when you come back. 10 past 4, Central European summertime.
so lonesome. You get lost in the ocean, but you know I'd do anything for you, babe. And now I'm here and I'm hoping for sun in the afternoon. I ain't got too much time